A Tale of Two Cities. Hi, I'm Charles Darnay, and I've lived one heck of a life. My trouble started with a fateful boat ride to England where I met Lucy Manette and her dad. Dr. Manette had problems. He'd been locked in the Bastille too long, and that can really mess with a guy. He also had this weird thing about making shoes. Strange. Anyway, I flirted with Lucy, but we never swapped digits or anything. 5 years later, plot twist, she and her dad were witnesses at my trial for treason. My lawyer somehow found this guy who looked just like me. What a fortunate coincidence. After that, eyewitness accounts didn't really hold water, so I was free. Sidney was an okay guy and really good looking, but I think he was after my woman. I cut him a little slack though, because, the whole life-saving thing. I went back to France to visit my uncle Evraymond, who likes to run over peasant children. I even suspected Evraymond had something to do with that trial business, so I decided to quit the marquis biz and go back to London. Good timing too, because sneaky French revolutionary types killed my uncle that night. Something about that crushed kid. I guess I should have sent flowers or something. Lucy and I started going steady, but when I asked Dr. Manette for her hand, he got all squirrely on me. I was going to tell him about being a rich marquis-to-be, but he made me wait until after the ceremony. I thought he was going to try and bump me off or something.
You're scaring the dickens out of me.
Waiting didn't really help, because Dr. Manette lost it when I told him my little secret identity. You see, my family kind of put him in jail in the first place. Whoopsies. Eventually, though, he snapped out of it. When Lucy and I got back, Sidney was all gung-ho and wanted to be our very best buddy. Apparently, he's still crushing on Lucy, but has some kind of inferiority complex which prevents him from doing anything about it. It worked out later, though, because he was sort of an uncle to baby Lucy. Meanwhile, back in my old stomping grounds, things were getting all revolution-y. I heard that my old servant, Monsieur Gabelle, was on trial, and I couldn't let them kill him because I'm a noble guy. Literally. And a marquis gotta do what a marquis gotta do. This wasn't the best idea I've ever had, because I got arrested again. This time for leaving France. I was starting to think somebody had it in for me, maybe those pesky revolutionaries who all call each other Jacques. It was kind of hard to sleep in prison, what with the poor hygiene, other dudes snoring, and oh yeah, the freaking guillotine outside chopping off people's heads.
Score! 3-pointer!
But Dr. Manette came to the rescue. The Patriots came calling, and guess what? I was thrown in jail again. Real original, guys. This time, though, the Jacques found a super old letter that my dad-in-law hid in his prison cell denouncing my relatives for a laundry list of dastardly deeds. You'll never guess who saved me. Good old Sidney. He snuck into my cell and took my place at the guillotine while everybody else escaped.